We have to get into an update on the label's investigation and this sort of flipping things upside down for some people. We have people talking about a clip that has appeared in Are You Sure 2? And has garnered some criticism. And then we have a follower situation with V and people saying that this might be something that the label has been doing to stop or sabotage V. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Let's get into it. There's been general conversation about the label stopping V because he's believed to be the one that might surpass the official label's Instagram account in terms of followers. All the other members, excluding JK since he deleted his Instagram account, and of course V, are around 40 to 50 million followers. And then the official Big Hit Instagram page is at 70 something. Now V is apparently at 69 million, so of course he is likely going to surpass the official pages. And there's several reasons as to why his is so much higher. Just his general energy and vibe is very appropriate for Instagram. Plus, he is the ambassador for all these beauty brands who also have really huge following count on Instagram, and they post him. And then, of course, there's just been a general conversation among V lately. Aside from all of that, he is the one that I think is pretty active on social media in general. He leverages social media to the max, whereas the rest of the boys might post something occasionally here or there, once every few months or so, but V posts fairly regularly. So I say this in hopes that the other members won't get attacked and people won't call them less popular, because they're definitely not less popular. It's just a different situation with V. Now, going back to the general controversy that's happening right now, some people have noticed that when new people are following V, or when some people have had their old account, let's say, deleted or taken down, and then they make a new account to then follow V again, they've noticed that they're unable to do so, with a few people saying that the follower button goes into requested and then it goes back to follow. Requested typically appears when the account is private, and then you have to request to follow them. And then the person you're following can actually choose to accept or reject. And if they reject, then you're just going to see the follow button again. You're not going to see following. I explain this because obviously some people who watch are maybe older or might not have an Instagram page. So I say this just so that they can be familiar with it. Now, obviously V does not have his account private, so having a situation like this is very strange. Some people are saying that the label is purposely blocking followers so that V doesn't surpass the label. Why would that matter? And that's my genuine question to people, which is, why would it matter who has more followers? The thing that the label can take pride in is the fact that one of their artists has more followers than the entire company. That's a good thing. And that makes the company look really good, that they can produce artists that have like 80 million followers and are more popular than the company itself. And then on top of that, the label can't do this. The label can't just go in on Instagram and say, reject all of the new followers that are coming his way. That quite obviously was just a glitch or was an issue with this person's account. If you create a new account, sometimes when you don't have everything verified yet, they might limit what features you can use, such as the following people features. So sometimes these rumors or things go crazy online, and I don't exactly know fully where they're coming from. There's sometimes very wild conspiracy theories that aren't really based on anything, but hey, I guess I can't talk about that because I often talk about wild conspiracy theories too. But I also want to say that a company is a company, and they likely would not spend their time focusing on follower count. Do you honestly think there's someone at the label every day checking to make sure that they still have followers or are increasing in their followers? That's not something that matters to them really, because followers don't always equate to money. There's a situation right now where people are upset with HYBE because they're alleging that documentation or proof has come out showing that the label has, quote, stolen money from BTS. So let's go back a little bit to 2021, where HYBE and Ithaca Holdings merged or acquired. Ithaca Holdings is a company that was owned or managed by Scooter Braun, and prior to the acquisition, the company did have a lot of debt that they happened to have just from acquiring like Justin Bieber, or they had just bought Taylor Swift's masters. So there was a lot of money that they were still owed either to the bank or whoever. Naturally, when a company buys out another company, they're agreeing to buy out that debt. So now the debt becomes HYBE's problem. Now people are upset because they believe that a lot of BTS's money was used for the debt, making it sound or phrase it in a way that the label had stolen money from BTS to pay off this debt that Scooter Braun or Ithaca Holdings had. That sounds really bad. But even if that's exactly what happened, That's actually not bad at all, and I don't know why people are phrasing it in that way. That sounds terrible, when in reality, this is just pretty standard business practice. This is what companies do. BTS signed and renewed their contract in 2018. That contract was believed to have expired in 2024, and in 2023, they renewed another agreement to continue their activities beyond 2025. What does this tell you? This tells me, at least, that the label did not steal any money from BTS, because if BTS did not get paid, then they would not have chosen to renew their contract beyond 2025 to not get paid even more. And let's be serious here. You think BTS would still be with the label that potentially owes them millions of dollars? They would have left and they would have sued. So they all likely got paid. So I don't see what the issue is here. The label then would just have taken the money that they've earned themselves, like the label takes the percentage that was owed to them, and then they use it to pay off their debt, or they use it to invest back into their business. This is literally what businesses do. If you want to see it as an artist in the label is like employees, then it's going to make more sense, because they're the ones going out making the money, and the label turns around and takes that money and pays the employee. But now people are upset because the company is then taking the remaining money, the profits, to pay the employees, and then the company's using to pay off their debt after that. That's a problem. Like, it's okay to not like Scooter Braun. There's obviously a lot of people who don't, and that is your prerogative and your right to have that. I'm not going to get into that here. But attacking the label for wanting to work with him when he, quite frankly, was the biggest name in entertainment, he was in charge of all of these huge groups. Any company would want to work with him. And then, of course, a reason why a company would sell is because they have a big debt and they want another company to just pay it off for them. I'm not saying that that's the reason, but that is a reason that a company can have. And now people are upset that a business just does what a business does. There's a clip that allegedly shows JK in the middle of the night as a black and white footage. Looks like a CCTV footage pulling someone into his chest, and many assume that JK and Jimin often sleep in the same bed together. People think that JK was pulling Jimin in. Of course, if this were to happen, people imply that this is something romantic, that this is something that a couple does, because why else would two friends want to be that intimate with each other? And why would one of them want to essentially be breathing in another person's chest? But I will say this clip is extremely blurry, and we're essentially talking about pixels here. In the video that we are seeing, the pixels kind of go all over the place. It, in fact, even distorts JK's body a bit, so I actually have no idea what's going on or what I'm looking at. Do they look like they're cuddling and stuff? I can say yeah, but I don't think that that's anything different from what they've normally done before. They have been seen cuddling or sleeping next to each other often, and we don't know what's happening in this particular clip, so we can see it as maybe Jimin was having a bad dream, or maybe something happened there and JK was there to comfort him. This is oftentimes what even brothers or siblings can do for each other, especially if we're really close, right? So I don't think that this is a really cute clip in that way, but I do think it's cute to see the relationship they have with each other. I personally love that this show exists, that we all get to see the relationship with them and really know that they are close with each other and that this is their dynamic. It's going to make the comeback that much stronger, and when we start to see moments of them together, we're going to reference this show. They might also consider bringing back other travel shows with all the members, because the ratings for Are You Sure maybe were really good. I don't know. The bottom line is their previous shows that they've done in the past were not always rated extremely high, and it might have discouraged them from doing those shows again. But if this show is really high, they might choose to do more of this stuff, so that is all really exciting. They're sort of using this show as a way to test concepts and what works and what doesn't. So if a travel show works really well, they might do that, but it's not just a travel show, because they're also editing it a lot differently this time around than they've done with other shows. It's a lot more edited, produced than shows like In the Soup. In the Soup was supposed to be clips of the boys just doing nothing and relaxing. But if you watch some of the clips in that show, you'll notice that there are moments that are fully uncut, where someone will just be doing something for like 2 minutes and then move on to the next activity. And I think some of that has to do with the fact that the members themselves know that it would be boring if they just sat there all day. But it's great for the label to realize what format actually works and attempt to do that and recreate that with all of the boys. So I think all of this is great news, and I'm very excited to constantly see moments like this because it's going to show the label what works and what doesn't. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you check out Patreon. I'll leave a link at the top of the description. Thank you so much for this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.